Hello, good morning. This is John Sutton here. It's the 8th of December, and I'm just going to show you some pictures that I discovered that I have of my rubber duck. Austin's built 4 of these cars, and this particular one was modified for a Southport for racing on the sands. But before that, it had been owned by or driven by Walter Baumer in Germany. And when it returned to the factory, Lord Austin was very unhappy because it was covered in swastikas. But Baumer used it quite successfully because he had it, first of all, he ran it as a race car, and then he ran it as a road car, and he got 2 lots of entry fees, which was quite sharp practice. Anyway, to cut a long story short, this car turned up, and it was stored in the air raid shelters under the factory at Austin's during the war. And it turned up subsequently and it was borrowed from the factory by Wally Wotton. Now, Wally had the car, but he refused to return it to Austin's, and so he effectively stole it. So when I was tipped off that it was coming up for sale, and from his son, I went to see it. And I said to his son, look, there's 2 prices for this car. There's one with a provenance and there's one without. Which would you like to deal on? And I knew perfectly well, of course, that there was no provenance. So we did a deal and I bought the car. And that's a picture of it as I bought it, like that. And it had been, it's been modified. It's got the front of Murray Jameson sprint car on the front of it. And you can just about make out the 32 stud cylinder head and all the other parts of the supercharger and so on in this picture. We've got 10 pictures altogether, and they're quite a historic document, and I thought you should see them. So the little one here is, I think that's Bob Beck on the Norton motorcycle there. This was a runoff. They ran 3 or 4 cars and a runoff at the end of the race meeting. This was at Southport Sands. And that's Sir Percy Stephenson sitting in the rubber duck. So it's an interesting car, and I thought you should see these pictures. So thank you very much.